Hey, what's up, everybody? It's another 95X Live, and today I am joined by John from the band The Maine. John, how are you today, sir?
I am well. How are you?
Pretty great. The weather in Syracuse has been fantastic for once during the month of May, so that has been good. You've got a new single called Sticky out that is so perfect for the weather that we've been experiencing. It's been like a match made in heaven, sir.
Hell yeah. I noticed there's like a perfect ray of sun just kind of beaming right on you right there. That probably isn't normal, right? For
Not
this
for
time of
Syracuse
year?
in mid-May. This is usually
Yeah.
like mid-July weather for us, so.
Yeah, so out here in Phoenix, we've cracked up the hundreds, but we're steady in like the 90 zone right now. So it's about to get cranked up for sure.
Very much so, absolutely. So there's been a lot of work during the pandemic because you got a brand new album on the way. It drops on July 9th. It's called XOXO, From Love and Anxiety in Real Time. Sticky is the first single. If Sticky is just like the appetizer, so to speak, I can't wait to get to the main course, my man. The single is just I've never heard a song so titled so apropos. It is really the stickiest song that you could probably put inside your brain.
I appreciate it. It's interesting because that was like the very first track that we wrote for the record. And we would have written it at the beginning portion of last year, so in 2020. So we've sat on this tune for so long. It's like the longest, I mean, given the whole what happened, this is the longest I've been home and then the longest that we've sat on a record. So, I mean, needless to say, I'm extremely excited to get it out to everybody's ears. But I will say, like, Sticky, it's not like I listen to our band's music. And Sticky is a song that I'm like, for the first time, I'm not sick of it after a year of hearing it, you know? So I think that's a good thing. Hopefully it means the same for other people, but it's something that I'm really proud of, and I'm really excited, like I said, to get the whole record into people's ears.
Absolutely. So this is your eighth album. So for those people watching this that aren't aware, the Maine is by no stretch of the imagination a new band. I mean, you guys are storied in the industry, having toured with who's who of a lot of the bands that you've come up with over the year. Over the years, you've had some touring experience in Syracuse. You sold out the Lost Horizon in 2015 with Knuckle Puck and Real Friends. One of the coolest live shows that room has seen since then. You played in your earlier days, I believe, with Mayday Parade
Yeah.
around 2010, I believe. So seeing bands like The Maine and even bands like All Time Low and Nothing Nowhere from that era that were packing these clubs, now impacting radio, it's got to feel great to see your peers, your friends, and even yourself succeeding on this level now.
Absolutely. It's extremely, well, one, it's humbling, and the idea that we're finally getting a shake at radio is incredible, and it's very motivational. It's very like, you know, we've been doing it it will be 15 years come January. So to know that there's like these new doors that we can have opened for us, you know, is pretty incredible. And like I said, it keeps us hungry and it keeps us excited. You know, I think having these opportunities, being able to have our song played for people that might just be hearing us for the first time, it reminds me of when we started. You know, we were essentially birthed on MySpace back in the day, and we would spend hours a day messaging people, talking to people. It was like our way of almost flyering like bands the generation before us would have done at shows. And it's just to have the opportunity is extremely humbling, extremely exciting, but to see other bands like All Time Low have crazy success is just, I don't know, it gives us that hope that maybe we could get there too. And I don't know, it's like a good, it's just a trip that like they're still doing it, we're still doing it, and people still care. You know, that's like the bottom line.
I think it speaks to the resolve of your work ethic and the impact that your artistry has had on your fan base. I think you guys are one of the biggest bands in the genre from a touring perspective. I think that you've been touring for so long and creating these pockets of fans all over the country that radio is just going to set that whole thing ablaze. It's going to be a fire, much like when Monsters broke for All Time Low, in my opinion. I think that ultimately, when you guys were early on in your career, and the same with All Time Low and everybody that's really breaking right now, is that alternative radio wasn't what it is today. It was Absolutely. A lot of like Brooklyn hipster stuff and the remnants of the post butt rock 3 Days Grace stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was this weird melange of stuff where artists like yourselves and All Time Low, who were writing these really hooky, for lack of a better way to say it, pop punk songs. Didn't necessarily fit because we were at a strange time for the format. Now that radio is fully on board and embracing the fact that the kids that were 16 and saw you on your first tour are now in their 30s and are the people that radio's going after, man, it makes perfect sense as to why you guys are breaking out. And I couldn't be happier. You guys were always one of the easiest bands to deal with in every situation. In just the work ethic that you've put forth over the years is definitely something to be admired.
Well, I really appreciate you even acknowledging that. And it's really amazing that, you know, stations like y'all are giving us a shot. And it's really amazing that a band like All Time Low is sort of paving the way, you know, and helping bands like ours. And it's nice to know them as people too, like knowing that it's happening to good people, like you're saying, and people that work hard and have done things the right way. So it's really exciting. And it's just, it's a trip, to be honest, because we had dabbled on our second record. We were signed to a major label, and our second record, Black and White, they took a song to radio and it didn't do anything. And, you know, it was sort of disheartening, and it was like, you know, you're getting pulled in all these different directions. And now that we're making music on our terms, making the songs that we feel supremely invested in and like wholeheartedly believe in, and to know that that coincides with this new opportunity is really, I don't know, it's just, it's pretty incredible. So.
Absolutely. I think it definitely is, as cliche as it is to say. I think that all of you guys are proof positive that hard work pays off.
Yeah.
You know, the endless touring cycles and all the promo and everything that goes into it that doesn't get noticed. You know, it's the bands that do those things that end up in the position that you're in. And you deserve a lot of credit for that, because over the course of a decade and a half, that's a daunting task.
It's definitely tough, you know, and I think that this past year and a half certainly made us appreciate what all we had even more. You know, the people that are actually listening to our tunes and you know, supporting us when we can go out on tour. That these, like, you know, it is kind of cliche given the time, but it's like that you kind of have to take stock of what you have and what you're appreciative of, and definitely being in packed rooms and having the ability to see faces sing your music back to you is something that I know I'm beyond jacked up for, and something I dearly miss. So it's just incredible that we've had the opportunity given to us by people that, you know, care about what kind of tunes we're creating, you know, the creative aspect of our band. So it's just it's all around the corner too, with like touring and stuff. So it's like it's beginning to get really exciting.
Absolutely. And speaking of touring, there's the Sad Summerfest with All Time Low. The story so far, yourselves, Movements, Grayscale. It's going to be kind of close to Syracuse. You could probably head to Asbury Park or Worcester. But the dates are up. We'll post them at 95x.com along with this video. How excited are you to get back out on the stage? Because it's been at least a year and a half, right?
Yeah, to be honest, it's like, even just thinking about it, there are nerves that I didn't think existed before. You know, it's like, it's almost like thinking about how putting myself back in the mindset of like the very first show we played. This is like the first band I've ever been in. So when we started, it was like, hey, do you know how to write songs? I said, no, but I'll fake it. Okay, let's do it. Hey, have you ever played a show? No, but I'll fake it. And it was just all this pent up nervous energy. And that's kind of what I'm feeling now, but in an amazing way, like really, really excited. And to see people's reactions like online is I don't know. I kind of went back and I got nostalgic, and I went through some of the photos and videos from the other Sad Summer Fest that we did. And I was like, man, that was just so fun. Like, and to have All Time Low on it. I know some guys in the story so far. So to know Grayscale, we've yet to meet Movements, but there's like a lot of familiarity already between some of the bands, which is just, I don't know. It's really, it feels like everything's coming together, and it's going to make for one hell of a summer. So.
Absolutely. It almost gives me a little bit of a shade of a mini Warped Tour.
Yeah. And that's sort of kind of the intention behind it. Not, you can never fill the void that Warped Tour left behind, you know, but maybe taking a piece, like here's one stage from Warped Tour, kind of that feel. And it's all people collectively coming together to listen to music and have a you know, most importantly, have a great day. And hopefully that can be achieved all summer long.
Absolutely. With that lineup, how could it not?
Yeah, it's pretty stacked.
Absolutely. So I heard you wanted to bless us with a performance.
I can absolutely.
Sticky, which is absolutely fantastic.
It just so happens that I got a guitar ready here. So normally my guitar player, Jared, we have two in the band, Jared and Kennedy. Jared moved to Los Angeles, so it's just me all alone here. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
When I see your face, it's like I hit rewind, 'cause you're on repeat, just like So Good and Sweet Caroline. Wanna put you on like a 45, and I'll watch you spin until the sunrise. Pursuing those close, I hear your heartbeat echo. Feel the same rush all over for the first time all over again. And I swear these days you've been stuck in my brain. Wanna play you over and over again. Sticky just like the song in my head. Back to that summer soundtrack. Wanna play you over and over again. Sticky just like the song in my head. Nova in my head. Nova, sticky just like the song. And I've made mistakes, but you were not one. And I finally found those letters lost under my tongue. And I hear your name in every single line, every single song I've ever heard, and I still feel the same. I can't shake you now, no. And I swear these days you've been stuck in my brain. Wanna play you over and over again. Sticky just like the song in my head. Back to that summer soundtrack. Wanna play you over and over again. Sticky just like the song. These days you've been stuck in my brain. Wanna play you over and over again. Sticky just like the song in my head. Back to that summer soundtrack. Wanna play you over and over again. Sticky just like the song in my head.
That was fantastic.
Hey, cheers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
You know, everything seems to be coming together. The world seems to be righting itself for a little bit at least. So fingers crossed, everybody does what they're supposed to do out there, that we all follow the protocols we do so that Sad Summerfest can happen.
Absolutely.
It kicks off August 6th in Sacramento, just about a month after the new record, which is called XOXO From Love and Anxiety in Real Time drops. I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic summer for the Maine, and I can't wait for this record to drop to get my ears on the rest of it. And can't thank you enough for taking the time to do this.
No, thank you. Thank you for all the support thus far. It's again, like I said, it's very humbling, and it's awesome to know that people like you are giving us a shot. So thank you so much.
No thanks necessary, because you guys have earned it.
That's awesome. Thank you
Very much so. Thank you very much. This has been 95X Live.